Okay. So, it's another Friday night. And I'm doing the same thing I did last weekend. I could be better about just, like, occupying myself, I guess, and, like, doing more things. I could have gone to the gym today. I decided to just sit around. But this is probably the loneliest I've ever felt in my life. I just want, like, a girl gang. I just want, like, a group of girls to be friends with. I don't know. There's just something so fucking lonely about your mid-20s. I have people in my life. I do. But I don't know. It's just like a lot of weekends by myself, which is fine. I just don't like anyone. I don't trust anyone. There's just something so fucking lonely about your mid-20s.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully there's a lady or two listening to this by now. I'm hoping. As you saw, on this one, I put the video right up front because I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about a couple of things here, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is this idea of the sisterhood über alles, right? Well, that's great, but that only flows one way. When you're in college and you're out marching and you're out being political and you're out, yelling at men or whatever the case may be, waving your signs, wearing your little hat, whatever it is, the sisterhood loves you. And then you go home and you close the door. And the sisterhood doesn't give a damn. They don't care how lonely you are. They don't care if you are lonely. They don't care if you're alone. They only care about the political part of all this crap. Your personal life, that's on you. It's like the people that get on Facebook and get on other social media, right? And they don't say, hey, if you need to talk, let me know. A few do, but most are like, yeah, here's the suicide hotline. Call them. Right? Because that's what you get for free. And that's what we're talking about here, is what you get for free. Right? She put in, she doesn't get out. And that's the way that works. But there's even more to it than that. Because it's obvious that having been to college or whatever the case may be, she's more than a little entitled, right? She's crying that she doesn't have friends. She's crying that she doesn't have someone to hang out with on a Friday night. But here's the problem. If you listen to the video, she'll also tell you, yeah, I could have gone and worked out today, but I didn't. I stayed home. And now I'm lonely. And it's just another case of delusion where, I'm a woman. Why am I not being catered to? But that's not the way this works. You have to go out if you want to have friends. You have to go out in public. You have to go to events. You have to go do activities. You have to do something. You can't go to the library? I mean, come on. You got to do something. Nobody can see you sitting in your apartment reading books and drawing in your sketchboard. You got to do something. Nobody can get to know you. Nobody's going to randomly call your house and say, hey, how are you today? Would you like to be friends? It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. If you want to have a boyfriend, you got to go out. You got to date. You got to be somewhere where someone can find you and see you and ask you out. Or you got to be on the dating apps and do it that way. But you got to do something. You can't just sit at home and say, woe is me. I mean, what was everybody who has to sit at home on a Friday night? Yeah. At least people who don't want to be sitting at home on a Friday night. And that's just the way that works. You have to work at having friends. You have to work at having relationships. You have to work at keeping your job. You have to work at keeping your place up. You have to work. You have to work at all this stuff. This is not, there's no elfin magic here in the real world. You have to work at this stuff. But that doesn't come natural to you when you've spent your entire life being told you're special and you deserve. And if you'll just wait, and if you'll wait on the Lord, or whatever the case may be. No. Even the Bible says, if you want friends, show yourself that you're friendly. I mean, there's just this not connecting real life with what they were told it would be like. And that, my friends, that is the number one issue with modern women today. There's no connection between what is and what they want to be. So if you got something out of that, click like, click the bell, share this with your friends, with someone who needs to hear it, someone who needs to see it, and I'll be back soon enough.